What's up guys, welcome back to another SP Vids video. In this video I'm going to be talking about my finger drumming again. Now I have done a video about this previously, but I've had some further questions in the comments about how I play the drum loops and the samples at the same time. So that's not something that I really touched on in my last video. So I'm going to go into a bit more depth around that topic and show you guys how I put some beats together. Again, I'm back on the SP404SX, seem to be using this a lot recently just because it's so handy for recording videos, and obviously with all the extended sample time, etc. and the new fat pads, this is perfect for finger drumming now, and it's just a great all-round little unit. So yeah, we're back on the 404SX today. These tips will definitely apply to the other SP units and also any other sampler you have with finger pads as well. If you've got a similar 12 or 16 pad layout like this tutorial is going to be perfect. So just before I start, don't forget to check out my lo-fi drum packs on spvids.com, and also if you're interested in membership on the channel, check out that join link below. You get access to loads of the samples that I use in my videos, you get discount codes for my store, and you get a monthly vlog as well. So check that out below, it helps support the channel for a very small amount each month. Okay guys, so here we are at the SP404SX again, and I've got some samples loaded in here and some drums as well. So the same as my last video, I always have my kick, snare and hi-hat on these three pads. So it's kick on 9, snare on 10 and hi-hat on 11. I've actually got some isolator on everything here, so if I hit remain you can see I've put it on every single pad just to soften it up a little bit. So back when I did my previous video, my technique was slightly different, and it's changed because of a guy called Flo Barmer who was putting out some tutorials on Instagram about finger drumming. So I was finger drumming with two fingers like this, so I just do but that is actually quite hard to get the doubles in on the kick and keep everything sounding smooth. So after watching Flo Barmer, what I noticed is he uses three fingers to finger drum on the one hand, and then that frees up the whole of the hand. Because what I was having to do before that was play with these two, and then when I could, drop down with my other hand and play a double. So it was a bit crazy visually, obviously my fingers would be going all over the place, and it actually was quite technically difficult as well. I think down to the amount of practice that I just had, it was working for me, so I'll try and do a demonstration if I can here. See how my other hand is coming down there to do the kind of swung bass kick there. So I'm doing that, and then going back to this finger to do the kick again. So it all gets a bit too complicated. So after seeing Flo Barmer's quick tutorials on Instagram, which are well worth checking out by the way, I noticed he was using one hand, and I'm still working on that technique at the moment. It's not something that I want to invest a massive amount of time into, but he uses his left finger for the kick, or whatever hand he uses. So it'll be my index finger on the kick, middle finger on the snare, and ring finger, even though it's the wrong hand, that'll be on 11. So kind of like this. Obviously then it opens up everything then, because I can use my left hand just to do the samples. So one difficulty with this technique is I'm finding it quite hard to get the doubles consistent and nice. That's just going to take a little bit of practice, and if you want to get that technique as well, it's going to take a little bit of a practice for you to get that as well. So yeah, you do need to sit down and spend a little bit of time building up your finger strength and getting that coordination with one hand. But like I mentioned, once you've got that down with your right hand or left hand, depending on what hand you are, that frees up your entire other hand or your fingers to be able to play patterns with your left hand. But like I mentioned in the last video that I dropped, because when I was doing that micro chopping stuff, it was really opening up my workflow to a different style, because I find that when I'm playing drum beats like this and trying to sample at the same time and record out of my SP, I always tend to hit the samples on the same note. So for example, it would always kind of be on the bar, or every 4 beats or every 2 beats. It would be very kind of rigid and quite obvious. So I'm hoping when I get this technique nailed with my right hand, I'll be able to do much more in terms of the patterns of the samples. They'll be much more interesting, hopefully. So So yeah, there we go. I think there's not much more to it than that, other than I need to do a hell of a lot more practice with that double technique with this finger. And yeah, the coordination is also requiring a little bit of work, even though, like I said, I have come from a drumming background. There is still some work to be done there on getting those things working independently. So you may have to work a little bit harder if you're not from a drumming background, or if you haven't got much coordination between your two hands. You may have to spend a little bit more time getting this technique right. But yeah, I mean, don't obsess over becoming amazing at finger drumming unless that's something that you really want, because you've always got the pattern sequencer, which means you can lay down drums independently to your samples and then really get some creativity into your loops. I like to use a DAW quite a lot for making drum loops, so I can literally mouse things in and then just export it and have it looping on a pad. So yeah, unless you really want to get good at finger drumming, don't be too disheartened if you can't knock together amazing drum loops. I mean, I can still do much better drum loops with my two fingers like this. Much prefer using two hands to do the drums, but then, as I said, it means you can't play the samples with your other fingers. So I've got some work in the dojo to do to get these fingers strengthened up and the coordination there, but hopefully it will be there very soon. So thanks for your comments about that. I hope that clears up some of the techniques. Okay, so that's it for this one, guys. Some more advanced finger drumming techniques for you, and techniques for putting samples over the top as well when you're playing drum loops. So I hope you found these useful. As I mentioned in the video, check out Flowbarmer on Instagram. I'll leave a link below. I learned some of the stuff from him, so yeah, shout out to Flowbarmer for those little tips and tricks. As I mentioned earlier as well, check out spvids.com to help support me. You can buy lo-fi beat packs on there. They've got plenty of sounds in them, and you'll be laying down lo-fi beats in no time with those packs. Thank you all hugely for your support. I appreciate all the comments, all the upvotes, all the views. It is really, really awesome to wake up every morning and just see a flood of comments, etc. on my videos. So thank you so much to you all for that. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that thumbs up as well, as it helps me out massively. Until next time, guys, keep making beats, and I'll be back very soon with more content. Peace!